There's no nonsense with Victor Quatermain. What you see is what you get. What the...
I'd love to see that hairpiece on Lord Voldemort. That's no joke. I just want to see that happen. Thank God for Photoshop skills. You know what? Let's see Helena Bonham Carter's character's hair go on there. Oh, that's awesome. I don't know. I get off track. It's the little things, right? Wallace and Gromit may be one of the best comedy duos made from plasticine and clay. Though, truth be told, there probably aren't any others, but that goes without saying. Created by Nick Park, the shorts often had the inventor Wallace, played by the late Peter Sallis, making strange contraptions that sent his dog in strange scenarios, resulting in classic British humor and hijinks. Part of what makes the shorts work are the humor, which often comes from the interactions between the man and his dog. While Wallace is a bizarre, cheeky character, Gromit is the audience reaction to having to deal with this corny guy without having to say anything to convey the message.
Gromit, that's it, cheese. We'll go somewhere where there's cheese.
Gromit's movements and visual humor make the shorts rewatchable for his use of pantomime. And even as someone who's watched these cartoons before I learned how to say dog, they still put a smile on my face. So I've been a long-time fan of Wallace and Gromit, and I've seen all the shorts. However, that didn't stop me from realizing that there was something off about their first feature film, Curse of the Were-Rabbit. I can't say it's a terrible film, as I remember it winning an Academy Award for Best Animated Film, but even as I continue to watch the film over the years, there was something that didn't sit well with me. When Aardman partnered with DreamWorks in the late 90s to help with the then new studio's animation productions, they made by far one of their best films, Chicken Run. Audiences loved the film and helped bring the studio that had a cult following in the US to a slightly larger cult following. Therefore, more films were expected to be made with their new distributor, including one that took their most popular characters and putting them in a horror story. Instead of cleaning windows, making bread, or traveling to the moon, Wallace and Gromit are pest control, ridding their town of a rabbit infestation that affects their annual vegetable competition. So right off the bat, we get to see more people in the Wallace and Gromit world. Most of the shorts had 2 or 3 supporting characters, but now that they're in a feature film with a longer script, we can expect more characters than before. I can't say they're memorable, but it's cool to see a bigger world as opposed to a few different locations outside of their house. And I know they've explored other worlds and literally went to the moon, but let's be real. It was just a barren cheese wasteland with a maniacal refrigerator chasing them down. Okay, saying that out loud makes me realize that these shorts are weird. Some of the characters includes a Duchess voiced by Helena Bonham Carter who starts to date Wallace, and her Hunter ex-boyfriend played by Ralph Fiennes. Truth be told, these characters are as generic as they seem. One is the love interest that most Wallace and Gromit shorts after a close shave seem to focus on, having this idea that they need to give Wallace a love interest. The other is a bad guy, which outside of casting Ralph Fiennes to play a bad guy doesn't seem to do that much. Part of me wishes they could have done a little bit more with his character, especially since the villains are always the highlight of these shorts. Here he's just a jealous, frumpy bad guy whose only distinguishable characteristic is his hairpiece.
There's no nonsense with Victor Quatermain. What you see is what you get. What the...
I'd love to see that hairpiece on Lord Voldemort. That's no joke. I just want to see that happen. Thank God for Photoshop skills. You know what? Let's see Helena Bonham Carter's character's hair go on there. Oh, that's awesome. I don't know. I get off track. It's the little things, right? With Wallace's cheese addiction leaving him no choice but to go on a diet, he takes the rabbits they catch and hatches an idea to use made-up science to rid the characters of desire to eat vegetables and give it to him. Already a funny idea to see Wallace try to take a step back from his other true love other than woman. Not that it matters for this review, but do you realize how he denied a woman who was into him because she had a cheese allergy?
Not even Wensleydale.
The result of his invention leads to the creation of a monster that puts their town in danger. Much like the shorts, it's up to Gromit to clean up the mess Wallace started. I won't say more about the plot, but I will say that it does go into plot twists that me personally, I don't see as a big deal. However, I can't speak for everybody as I think it does make it interesting if I don't spoil it for you. When looking into the production of the film, it was noted by filmmakers that they would be given notes and criticism from past CEO of DreamWorks Animation, Jeffrey Katzenberg. Many of these decisions the animators took with a grain of salt since Katzenberg has made his stamp on the film industry for years, and this for Aardman being one of their first few animated feature films. However, the changes and suggestions that were made me feel that it compromised the style of what made Wallace and Gromit great. For starters, in the shorts, the music was often downplayed, utilizing a lot of silence and minimal sound effects to create the illusion that the characters were in the real world. This would often make for great contrast when they would get caught up in a wacky scenario. However, in the film, you feel the music is made to feel overly dramatic. To show this, let's compare how Wallace gets up in the morning in a typical Wallace and Gromit short, to how it's done in the film.
Oh!
You notice how the second one had a huge score accompanied with it? He's getting dressed for the morning, not getting ready to save the world. As far as the story goes, it often feels cliche. Despite not wanting to give away the twist, the idea of Wallace and Gromit getting caught in shenanigans like this has been done before in a shorter amount of time with less characters. The whole crazy villain with a dog sidekick, along with a misunderstanding between Wallace and the love interest, followed by a big chase scene, are things we've seen in the shorts before for less time and a bigger payoff. It doesn't make it bad, just tired and reused. However, the biggest advantage of this movie is the fact that it's a Wallace and Gromit film. They don't really change his characters, they've stayed the same as well as their animation, which also went to a massive upgrade. Given how crazy a stop motion production can get, you can really appreciate how many characters they had to create and then animate them with their own individual movements. A scene with a field of rabbits all crawling into their holes, one by one with the characters followed by Wallace, Gromit, and the Duchess, is a testament to how Aardman getting to push the envelope on what they can pull off in this medium. Too bad the overall film doesn't feel like it pays off. For me, this film can be done in less time since they've technically done that before with a greater effect. Therefore, it's an okay film for me. So my question for today, what is your favorite Aardman short, or Wallace and Gromit short, or feature film? Comment below and let me know what you think. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, and check out my Etsy store where you, yes you, can get your own rating stickers so you can put on your own DVDs if it's a worth it or a forget about it. Check out my Etsy store to find out more. I'm Joey.T.Cartoon.P, and thanks for watching this review on the Cartoon Palooza.